I don't want this to be the end of the trip.
So in this video we leave Whitehorse because we had to.
Yeah, this well-travelled piece of road that we've done many times. Down here to Carcross.
Over the Yukon border into BC.
British Columbia, and then over the big border into the States, Alaska, all the way down to Skagway. Then we messed around the high street, and that night's camping was just in there somewhere. And it really wasn't far. It felt far, but it was a little dirt road.
So here's the video.
Twirling in.
Now we're going to let the camera stabilise.
Yeah, because I shake the whole room. I'm such an elephant. So you had a really bad night at the at our last night in that lovely little.
I did.
Lovely flat.
It was nice. Yes, you ran me a nice bath in the morning, which helped. I consumed a few pills, a few sweeties. They helped. But basically, at the end of the day, we had no choice. We had to move on.
Yeah, it was the apartment was booked that night, so even if we only went next door, we had to move.
Yeah, we had to move. So everything had to be packed and moved out. So yeah, we packed up and moved out.
I tried to carry all the bags, but
yeah, my left leg was feeling a little unstable, but at the end of the day, it was fine. And actually, being on the bike is a good place.
Yeah, the pills kicked in and you felt reasonable. I said, well, where do we go? Do we just find somewhere else in Whitehorse? But you said, oh no, let's try and get to Skagway. So we set off to Skagway, basically.
Yeah, and came across a little sign that said Emerald Lake. And we said, oh, let's stop here and have a look.
It was gorgeous colour. It was just shining up from below. Like
the lake was beautiful.
Green. It was just gorgeous.
But the car park was gravel on the slope. And what happened?
Well, it didn't look bad, did it? It was like tarmac.
I don't know, I was in front.
And then it was all up and down. We both struggled to get the side stands down. So we said, oh, we'll have to turn around a bit because we just couldn't get the angle right. So I started to turn around and it just, I don't know what happened really. Anyway, what happened was I was lying on the floor and I had my foot trapped under my bike. I fell off.
With lots of expletives.
Yeah, there might have been a few expletives. And I looked around, there was a young German family with 3 young sons from about 8 below. I thought, ooh, I hope they don't understand that English word.
Exactly. But it was also handy that German guy was there because he came running over.
By the time you
don't
moan and groan at getting off the bike, he came over just as you arrived. He'd just gone lifted the bike up.
I thought, whoa, no, you can't do that on your own. And he just
careful, it's upright. That's fine.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to follow along behind in case you have any more mishaps? So yeah, I trapped my foot for. It felt like about 10 minutes. It was probably about 20 seconds. But yeah, that was really painful. But I wiggled a few toes and thought, okay, I haven't broken anything. We really don't need this when you're struggling with your leg. No. But anyway, we took a few photos.
We took a few photos. Since we were off the bikes.
You got your camera out.
We got the camera out, took a few photos.
Yeah, and beautiful.
And then back on the bike. And I have to say, the journey to Skagway was awesome, stunning scenery. If anyone's in that area, you must go.
Even just ride down and ride back again.
Yeah,
it's just.
But as I said earlier, my happy place is actually on the bike. So whilst we did stop in a few places, I didn't actually get off the bike.
No.
I just didn't want to get off the bike. It was.
I didn't even take any snaps with my phone. We just did video, and so anyway, here's the video. We'll just let it talk to you for 2 minutes because it was beautiful. along that way somewhere we had the American border, because you go from Canada back into Alaska, because Skagway is actually in Alaska. So you go out of Canada, we went through the Canadian, there's nothing to stop for. You go out of the Canadian bit, and then there's almost like a no man's land where it's the pass, isn't it?
Yes.
Where they obviously don't open that in the winter, and you can only get in with flying or ship. And so it was a few kilometres before the American border. And normally, which we did at the last Canadian one, we'd ride up together, because we are together.
Yeah.
There are 2 people in a car, so we're just 2 people
And
together.
the first thing that we had was the American guy saying, "Oh, sorry guys, one at a time." By that time I'd reached the window and I said, "It's all right, my wife doesn't let me go anywhere on my own."
Yeah.
And that kind of broke the ice, didn't it?
Oh, one at a time, one at a time. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. That kind of broke the ice. So we did have a bit of banter then. It was okay. It was.
And when I got to the window, he said, "Are you actually with him?" I went, "Yeah." Yeah, sadly, I'm with him. Yeah. So yeah, that's he did. We broke the ice with him.
That's a beautiful ride down into Skagway, and what an awesome road that was.
It was tremendous. Which is part of it's you've already seen on the video. I didn't break it up. We just did it in a one. But yeah, it was lovely. So we got into Skagway, and I wanted to send the granddaughters a postcard. So I kind of came and went looking for a stamp. Because obviously couldn't get a stamp in the post office. The post office was to post things.
But what you
so I had to go to a shop.
Yeah, but what you forgot to mention is that Skagway is a tourist honey spot. They have cruise ships in there. There were actually 2 massive cruise ships when we were in there. And the main high street has been built to try and replicate what it would have been like during the gold rush. It really is a tourist
I don't think it would have been that big with that many buildings, but they've built it in the style of. So to our English eyes, it's really quirky and fun.
It's nice. Don't get me wrong,
really
it's lovely.
Yeah.
So we parked in the middle of the high street so as you could go off and find a stamp. And it was really weird. I became a tourist attraction of my own, didn't I? I became a local attraction of my own.
I've come back
right?
and looked at the footage since, which you'll see in a minute, and it was just person after person. And I've cut half of it because it was using. Well, we flew the bikes into Anchorage, and then we went up to Prudhoe Bay, and that happened about 8 times. So I've only put a couple of those on there. But
what I really should do is I should print it out in various languages and hand out leaflets. Yeah.
It was funny though. So
it was funny. It was nice.
Here's a few of those episodes.
What kind of motorcycles are these? What brand? What make?
Yamaha.
Yamaha. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been great weather riding though, right?
Oh, it's been fantastic weather. We've been all the way up to the top of Prudhoe Bay, top of Alaska.
Okay.
And yeah, the weather was fantastic. It was awesome.
Nice. Okay.
So yes, we've enjoyed the weather. It's got to change sometime though.
Oh, now here you go. I think we're getting to the end of it.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught in the snow.
Yeah. Wow.
Where was your starting point?
We flew the bikes into Anchorage.
Anchorage, okay.
And we've been up to Prudhoe Bay.
Okay.
And now we're heading down to the bottom of South America.
Oh, wow.
And then after that we're off to Africa and Australia and
Coming over to look at your bikes.
okay.
Feel free. International plates on there.
Yeah, it's English.
English. All right. What are these? I mean, if you don't mind my asking. What's
Yamaha.
They're Yamaha.
Yamaha.
See, I don't know the logo.
Where did you ride these from?
Well,
From England.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah. We flew them into Anchorage, and then we've been up to the top of Alaska, up to Prudhoe Bay, and now we're heading to the bottom of South America.
What you do?
As one does. Just going for
Come on.
Yeah.
Guys, look at all the, you guys were building empires for 300 years. Come on, you can handle this.
Where are you coming from?
We're from England.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did you start your journey?
We flew them into Anchorage
Oh.
in Alaska, and we've been up to the top of Prudhoe Bay, and now we're heading all the way down to the bottom of South America, and then across to Africa.
What?
Yeah.
On motorcycle?
On motorcycles, yeah. Yeah, we're taking about 3 years to do it, so we've only just started. We're 3 weeks in. Both of us have got injuries already, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Oh, from here to South America.
Yes. Yeah, it's right to the bottom. We went for a swim in the Arctic Ocean. We want to go for a swim in the Antarctic Ocean. And then we'll go across to Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I want to live your life.
Well, go and do it, yeah. Just
And
go
this
do
is
it.
going to take you 3 years.
Yes.
2-3 years. Well, kudos to you. God bless. You know what? I'm going to take a picture with both of you because you're going to be my inspiration. I got to go. I got to see that. Even though my kids say I'm crazy. But
Yeah, we're the ones who are crazy.
1, 2, 3. Thank you. Enjoy.
You're welcome.
So where are you travelling from?
We flew the bikes into Anchorage.
Okay.
Where are you coming from and where are you going?
We started in Anchorage.
Okay.
We've been to the top of Alaska.
So I got my stamp, got my postcard posted in the post office.
And I was bored of being a celebrity.
So we knew where we wanted to camp. We'd found a campsite on iOverlander and could see it on the map. So we set off to the north of Skagway, wasn't it? Little dirt track.
A little dirt track. It's
Gravel track.
in the next valley, basically. So you go around a small headland
In Dai.
into Day. Absolutely beautiful place.
It was a really nice Klondike campsite, wasn't it? And set up camp, and that was that until the next morning. You'll see. So we'll just let the footage tell you the story. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
From our campsite. Where are we?
Klondike campsite.
Klondike campsite, but it's
Near Skagway.
Near Skagway. It's with an A, but the way apparently it sounds Skeg to us English ears. But Skagway, further around the lake river, further around the estuary river, whatever it is.
Beautiful ride down.
Daya, I think. It's
Yeah.
Dya. I don't know how you pronounce it. Daya. So we're down there. Beautiful sight, as you can hear. Very peaceful, apart from us talking. Very quiet. It's lovely.
We thought we heard some footsteps in the middle of the night last night.
Yeah, I got up first to powder my nose, and I'm convinced I could hear footsteps wandering around, but it's probably just some tiny, minute, nocturnal forest animal.
I thought it was a bear.
I thought it was a person, actually, but I was more scared of a person. But yeah, so the plan today is to head back north, and what a beautiful road. That road down here is absolutely stunning.
But we have a problem. We
do. You're not in a good way.
You may know that a few days ago I had a very unpleasant dismount from the bike, which the side stand was down, bike was fine, unlike someone else's who dropped their bike yesterday. But anyway, just thought I'd mention
Now
that.
I have a bruised underfoot and swollen toe, but no brakes I don't think, so I'm fine.
So anyway,
Just can't walk.
I had a bit of a dismount and nothing
In
broken.
fact, yours was less dramatic than mine.
Mine was less dramatic, and actually it was all right for a day or two afterwards. We went to Perry Crossing and it wasn't an issue.
That was the day it happened. And you already said that night you were feeling a bit sore.
Okay.
You did say you were feeling a little bit
Okay.
sore, but you were okay.
Yeah. So anyway, then the plan was we went to the Airbnb because we're getting new tyres fitted, and my hip and mobility just went downhill. We thought it was just pain from the hip, basically falling over. So the Airbnb host, we stayed an extra night there, one extra night. She was good in giving us advice on what medication stuff, painkillers I can get.
Yeah, they were obviously
he or
medically
she.
trained, yeah.
They were obviously very keen on getting us out of the place because they had new people coming in.
Yeah, we couldn't stay any longer than yesterday.
We couldn't stay. So anyway, we came down to Skagway. Last night was the first night in the tent since being at the Airbnb.
I slept like a log.
You were
I love
snoring.
sleep. I love sleeping in the tent, actually. I sleep best in the tent since
You
we've
were
been away.
snoring like a good one. Me? Oh my god, pain. My leg, it's transferred from my hip area down to my knee area and down into my lower calf. I can hardly walk this morning. I've had some paracetamol this morning and it has eased it a bit, but I still can't walk very far or do anything. So I think the plan for today, get into Skagway, get a phone signal and ring the medical insurance people and see what they say. If nothing else, at least then we know what our options are. By then I'll have a better idea as to how I feel. I think ultimately we've still got to get out of Skagway, whatever happens. Yes, they've got a medical centre down here, but it's going to be basic, because even the cruise ships have got their own medical teams. So the medical facilities here are only going to be for a relatively small community. So I still think we've got to get out of Skagway. But First thing to do is to speak to the insurance company. And from there we don't know. But I can't have too many more nights like that in that tent.
To be fair, you had the same sort of night at the Airbnb.
Yes, I did, yeah.
On Saturday night, the night before we left.
Night, yeah.
You got up and wandered about a bit, and then you got back to sleep. But you woke up yesterday morning, and I ran you a bath, and you got straight in a hot bath, which helped a lot. Helped you get moving. Well, obviously we haven't got that option here.
Too many hot baths out here.
Yeah, but it's not so much the riding. You're okay riding yesterday. It was, and you managed to pitch the tent. You weren't too bad. In fact, you lit a fire last night. And you're wandering around gathering wood. You're feeling a lot better.
Oh, the pain last night was unbelievable. So anyway, we thought we'd make a piece to camera. Let you know the real side of being out here in the wilderness.
We've got a yummy breakfast. Sardines in tomato sauce with chilli. Because I haven't got enough water to make porridge.
No.
So our sardines are our go-to emergency breakfast. Oh, and we've got an apple, so that's a bit of fresh fruit, so that'd be good. And then, finish packing up. We've done most of it, just got to get the tent away. And then we'll crack cracking. Yeah?
Right, so see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right, Izzy has gone. Izzy's gone off to the loo, so I would say sometimes you've got to make videos of the bad bits rather than the good bits, but now I'm saying it, I don't know what to say. But about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, I suppose, I had a bit of an unpleasant dismount from my bike. Side stand was down, my foot got caught in the pannier, it kind of catapulted me into the hard ground, and my hip really hurt. So we ended up going into Airbnb for a couple of days, and it just seemed to get worse, my hip pain and stuff, because actually my hip was alright for a day or two. It wasn't until afterwards, but anyway, cut a long story short, we're now a few days, we had 3 nights in an Airbnb, and now we're back on the road. Fantastic day yesterday, in the tent last night. I had a terrible night's sleep, felt like leg cramps and things all down my left, started with my hip, but now this morning I've woken up, it's all around my knee. I can hardly walk, the pain is a constant, I suppose 4 or 5. Start walking, then obviously it significantly increases during the night. It was just terrible. Had me in tears, crying out in pain. Oh, this morning we've got a realisation as to how is this going to affect us. We've got no signal here, so we can't ring the insurance company to see what they say, but yeah, I do think I need to see someone. I don't want this to be the end of the trip. I know Izzy doesn't. Well, I suppose number one job though this morning is to pack up and see if I can ride my bike. I should be able to once I'm sat on it. It's getting on and off. That may prove to be the problem. But yeah, it could be the... Oh, the pain. The pain of my knee and the pain of... Maybe this dream's not going to happen. Maybe I'm going to have to give up. Go home and start again. I just don't know how to do that. I don't want to do that. First things first, pack up on the bike, get to reception, phone the insurance company. I'm not just going to waltz into somewhere. The thing is, what's the doctor going to say? There's nothing to look at. Who knows? Anyway, Easy might be back in a minute, so enough said. Chasing the dream, yeah. See you later.